Hello, this is Tanner with Bulldog Rooter. I'm out here on job number 805-35987. Got called out here for a bunch of slow drains, possible mainline backup. Last time we were out here was in May of 2017, which quite some time ago. Let me do some math real quick. I believe that's about 9 years, but I just want to double check my math. Yeah, so about 7 years. About 7 years ago was the last time we were out here. At that time, we recommended yearly, perhaps a yearly maintenance, just having someone come take a look every year, maybe cable it out. So anyway, we went ahead and we attempted to send the cable down. We were able to cut out quite a bit. We got some photos of just pulling out about 2 to 3 foot, just masses of roots. Well, my cable was unable to keep going once we hit about the 50-foot mark, and at that point we attempted multiple times. We decided it was time to upgrade to the jetter. Went ahead and used the jetter, and took about an hour and 15 minutes of on and off jetting, a couple seconds at a time on, a couple seconds off, recess, but we were able to get this line almost basically completely flush. That being said, there is still a couple roots just poking out of the side. That's normal. You're not going to be able to get those no matter what you do without risking damaging the pipe. Anyway, I'm going to pull back. We're at 74 feet. Line appears as a 4-inch clay tile. From my understanding, this looks like it would be an ideal candidate for a liner. That section might be a little... Oh, that's just a connection. Anyway, that was about 10 feet. We're at about 53 to 55 feet. It was actually difficult to even see where it was. Was one of the worst of the root intrusions. It was just a large mass covering most of it. It was actually so large that while we were jetting, we actually had to pull the jetter out, and the jetter physically dragged back a mass of roots, and we had to remove that in order to keep jetting. As you can see, do have a couple loose root balls, and that's what I mean by the roots that are still remaining, just tiny little slivers that you're really not going to be able to get without causing damage to the pipe. There's a little bit of clay tile flecking, as you can see up on the top there. That's just due to the severity of this root intrusion. It's just a little bit of basically a piece of clay tile that kind of broke off a little bit. It's still holding its shape. It's just a bit of a weaker point. Anyway, here at about 26 foot mark, that's where we transition into the building drain. Looks like we transition from clay tile into cast iron. No root intrusions in the cast iron. Cast iron is pretty scaled, but that can be descaled with one of our chain machines and the jetter at the same time. Jetter helps, but can't quite do the job all by itself. Actually, take it back. Looks like there is a bit of a root intrusion right there. Oh, that's just a loose piece. But yeah, we'll go ahead and take a locate right at the building drain and try to figure out an ideal spot to be able to create basically a bell hole. As it currently stands, I believe I didn't see a tie-in before this cleanout. We'll double check just to make sure and see what our options are for lining. Thank you. Goodbye.